Coming up, NAU mourns the loss of a longtime professor killed in a kayaking accident. Plus, a look back at this season's Pets of the Week. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Matt Keenitz.
And I'm Liam Combs. Thanks for tuning in. NAU is mourning the loss of a well-known professor. School of Forestry's director, Dr. Yan-Soo Kim, died in a kayaking accident in Puerto Penasco, Mexico on Thanksgiving Day.
The search is still underway for her husband, Corey. Faculty at the School of Forestry had only positive words and deep regret for the loss of a woman they say was a great leader and friend.
What began as a fun family vacation in Rocky Point ended tragically. According to sources close to the family, Dr. Kim and husband Corey Allen were accompanying their daughter on kayaks off the coastline. Intense wind and waves made their daughter uncomfortable, which led her father to take her back to the shore. Allen went back out to meet his wife, and the couple was not seen again until Kim's body was recovered a few days later. The search for Allen is still ongoing. Kim's colleagues at the School of Forestry say they can only hope to carry on her legacy of inclusion, positivity, and outreach at NAU and beyond.
We really want to honor her legacy, and there were a number of proposals that she was working on that would have been submitted fairly soon for funding for advancing different kinds of diversity initiatives. We're going to make sure as best we can that those get submitted.
Allen says Kim's passion for diversity did not end at NAU. She was making a name for herself on a national stage as the diversity chair for an organization that oversees all forestry programs across the country. For her colleagues, Kim's work was truly a labor of love.
Really, what I kind of loved about her was her personality, her desire to bring us together socially, which involves events at her house, which involved happy hours, things that I did not necessarily push as director. And I really treasured the kind of work she was doing to bring us together as a community.
Another colleague, Andrew Sanchez Mader, says Kim's positive attitude radiated throughout the forestry faculty and will be deeply missed.
She always felt that if you pushed enough positivity and optimism onto a problem, that the solution would present itself. And I think that's kind of how she lived her life. She also was, she had thoughts and ideas and could be stubborn. And I think she was stubborn in the idea that we should address every problem with positivity and optimism. And I'm not going to lose track of that lesson.
Friends of the Kim Allen family have started a GoFundMe page to aid in search efforts for Kim's husband still lost at sea. To donate, you can go to www.gofundme.com/F/Corey Allen and Yan-Soo Kim Search Fund.
The 2022 election season is now behind us. That means elected politicians take office along with several new propositions. One of those propositions is Proposition 211. To give a better understanding of what this proposition is and what it means, Jacob Aries is live in the studio with more information.
Thanks, Matt. Proposition 211 gives clarity to voters in Arizona where the huge sums of money funding Arizona's political campaigns are coming from, otherwise known as dark money. I met with NAU Department of Political and International Affairs, Professor Fred Solop, for a deeper understanding.
In the United States, we have a very crazy election system, and it's really unlike other election systems in Western industrial countries.
NAU political professor Fred Solop says our elections are different because each state and counties within the state have separate powers to enact their own laws and campaign spending guidelines.
Basically anonymous money. It's not necessarily where it goes, it's where it's coming from.
Proposition 211 is designed to shine a light on political corruption.
If someone donates more than $5,000 to a statewide campaign that spends $50,000 or more, that person's name needs to be disclosed.
The new law requires big donors to provide their names and professions, which will be made public. Solop says there's a lot to be learned by checking who supported Prop 211 and who didn't.
The Secretary of State's website and look at who supported campaign disclosure, who opposed it. And you can directly see people opposing it benefit from the lack of disclosure.
While the goal is clear, it remains to be seen how effective Proposition 211 will be in eliminating anonymous donations.
This is bettering the system. This is making a less corrupt system. It's a system that I can be proud of and that I will participate in.
Jacob Aries, NAZ Today.
Police in Phoenix are searching for a suspect involved in a hit and run involving a man in a wheelchair. The driver who fled the scene struck and killed 40-year-old Jeremy Ortiz in East Phoenix. It happened Sunday night, and police are still investigating. In other news tonight, Arizona's Cochise County is the only Arizona county refusing to certify the 2022 election. Republicans on the county's Board of Supervisors claim there are inaccuracies in the number of counted votes.
The refusal has been challenged by Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, who is calling for officials to canvass the election. The case may be headed to court as county supervisors could face criminal charges for refusing to certify the ballots. In other news, as we wrap up the semester, we wanted to recap some pets who were featured from the Coconino Humane Association.
That's right, Matt. NAZ Today's Jordan Valander is in the studio with our last Pet of the Week.
Thanks, Liam. So, where are they now? For the final Pet of the Week of the season, I wanted to share an update on the pets I've covered this semester. Let's take a look. Many pets dream of finding their forever home, and for 2 pets, this wish came true.
So Billy has been adopted. He got adopted very shortly after he was on TV, so that went very well. And then our friend Molly, who had been one of our longest term residents, she went home with some nice young folks that are very happy with her, so she's doing very well right now.
But there are still 2 pets waiting at the shelter to be adopted.
My friend Ranch is still here. So Ranch is a very high energy animal, so he's waiting for the right family to get him into that nice high energy, be able to burn that energy out so he has a nice good time with him there. And our friend Apollo is still here with us. So Apollo's having a little bit of difficulties with his liver enzymes and stuff. So he's on a special medicine right now. So we're waiting for the right person to adopt Apollo to be able to take care of him and to take care of that stuff with him. But he'll find a home pretty soon, and so will Ranch.
Other than dogs, the Coconino Humane Association currently has cats, a bearded dragon, a rabbit, guinea pigs, and a turtle.
So almost all the animals we have up for adoption are already fixed now, so we're ready to go out with them. Adult dogs are $215, puppies are $265, kittens are $175, and adult cats are $135.
If you want to add a new companion to your life, you can start looking at the Coconino Humane Association. You can play with the animals for as long as you want and can even take them home that day. For more information, visit the Coconino Humane Association or go online to coconinohumane.org. Jordan Valander, NAZ Today.
Coming up, how will holiday travel impact COVID? Stay with us.
Remember that destructive wind that we saw last week? Well, we're going to be seeing it again moving into this week. A low pressure system is going to be pushing in those strong winds here in northern Arizona, creating very, very windy conditions over 30 miles an hour. And taking a look at going into this weekend, on Sunday we're expecting some snow. We'll have more on weather, so stay with us after the break.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch!
Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
'Tis the season to gather with friends and family from near and far. But with that can come the risk of spreading illnesses. Americans traveled at pre-pandemic levels this Thanksgiving, and the rest of the holiday season can expect to see the same. But with 3 major viruses circulating right now, what is the outlook on potential spread as we approach December? Well, CNN's Mike Valerio explains.
The holiday season is in full swing and people are hitting the roads and skies at nearly pre-pandemic numbers. At the same time, a triple threat of viruses looms. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, in particular, is causing major concerns for children. And according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, it's at a critical point, approaching an emergency.
In some regions of the country, we're seeing that the hospital system for pediatrics are at the point of almost being overwhelmed. When you have very little wiggle room of intensive care beds, when you have like almost all the intensive care beds that are occupied.
With the trifecta of COVID, flu, and RSV circulating right now, Dr. Fauci says protecting yourself this holiday season begins with your vaccination status.
We have 2 of the 3 of the trifecta. We have vaccinations for clearly COVID, particularly with the updated boosters that are now available. We have vaccinations for influenza.
Medical experts suggest that if you're going to be getting together with others, go back to the basics and use common sense. Stay up to date on vaccines, wash your hands, and wear a mask around others if you're in the vulnerable category. Suggest everybody take a quick COVID test also before getting together. One silver lining, though, other countries have already seen their flu and RSV numbers peak early and start to come down.
We're hoping that that's going to happen because both flu and RSV have come to us earlier than it usually does.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
The Biden administration is on a 6-week push to get more COVID booster shots into the arms of Americans. More than 35 million Americans have received the latest bivalent booster, but they say that's just a fraction of those eligible.
The Supreme Court is currently reviewing a dispute over a Biden administration policy that would prioritize deportation of undocumented immigrants who are seen as the greatest risk to public safety. The Supreme Court took up the case after the policy was blocked by a lower court. And after 2 hours of oral arguments, it is still uncertain whether the justices will permit the policy to go into effect or if they will side with red states who, up to this point, have already succeeded in blocking it. And in other news, the biggest active volcano on Earth is erupting right now, and it's happening in the United States. Lava that's some 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit is flowing on Hawaii's biggest island. CNN's Amy Kiley reports on how the state is responding.
This whole thing right here that we're flying over right now, this is Mauna Loa.
The world's largest active volcano is erupting in Hawaii for the first time in almost 40 years. It's happening on what's called the Big Island, which shares its real name with the state. The Census Bureau says just over 200,000 people live here. Scientists say the lava is flowing into the northeast rift zone. They say it should slow down in that flat terrain and likely stop before reaching the large town below.
We just are getting a little nervous from time to time, but it's at least a week away, and we're hopeful that it won't make it all the way to the town.
But many Hawaiians know the dangers of the volcanoes that shape their land. This video is from when nearby Kilauea erupted in 2018. It began a less dangerous recurrence last year, so this is a rare dual eruption on the island. To keep people safe, Hawaii's Emergency Management Agency says it has activated its operations center. A state official says the National Guard is on standby and the state health department is monitoring air quality.
I know a lot of this freaks people on the mainland out, but look,
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name's Tori Smith, here to bring you weather on this once again chilly and windy Tuesday evening. Now we're seeing wind right now of southwest of 12 miles an hour. It's making it quite a bit chillier than it is right now, currently at 40 degrees. Feeling that temperature of 37 degrees, however. We're seeing a cold front here in northern Arizona, but not a lot of humidity to get into the snow. Now, the north is hogging all of the weather right now. South as well as SoCal and Arizona isn't seeing too much action whatsoever. Almost nothing here in northern Arizona. Maybe one or two clouds in the sky, but we're seeing nada. Right now we're seeing temperatures pretty much a typical average day here in northern Arizona. High today of 46 degrees, low tonight of 16, and average is 47 and 19. So I'd say it's a pretty typical average day here in northern Arizona. Now, no precipitation. We're seeing the effects of that La Nina since January 1st, 16.17 inches, an average of 18.51. Now, thank goodness it's not in the records, however. High temperatures across the state for today. We're still seeing that cold front remain prevalent here, 57 degrees in Kingman, chilly 55 in Prescott and Sedona, 53 in Payson, and 57 in Winslow. Now here in Flagstaff tonight, we're seeing a low of 16 degrees, mostly clear skies and a sunset at 5:14 p.m. Now we're having a first quarter moon tonight that's going to be absolutely beautiful. You can definitely check it out with those mostly clear skies tonight. Tomorrow we're going to see a high of 49 degrees, mostly sunny once again, and your sunrise is getting a little bit later at 7:15 on the dot. Sunset at 5:14 for tomorrow as well. Now tomorrow is going to be another average day, especially in northern Arizona as well. So 60 degrees in Sedona, 57 degrees is a high in Payson, and 54 degrees is a high in Show Low. Now keep in mind, in the northeast, we're going to be seeing freezing temperatures, 30 degrees in Page, Tuba City, 26 in Winslow, and of course Flagstaff at 24 degrees in the nighttime. Now the west isn't seeing too much freezing temperatures, maybe down in Prescott at 29 degrees, and Phoenix, you're looking at a high of 71 and a low of 46. Now you're going to want to bundle up down in Phoenix. If they see temperatures under 80, they typically have a jacket on, but those temperatures are going to be freezing down there. Now here in Flagstaff, for your remainder of the week, we're seeing kind of a vary of temperatures, 49 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday. Going to drop down to 47 degrees on Friday, 50 degrees as a high on Saturday. And Sunday, what everybody's been waiting for is a chance of snow and rain once again. 48 degrees as your high, 25 as your low, and about a 20% chance of precipitation on Sunday. That's all we have for weather, but check out sports after the break. Stay with us.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back. I'm your sports reporter Lena Zaubzer, and as the temperatures continue to get lower throughout the region, I have good news for all the winter fans in northern Arizona. Flagstaff's ski season at Snowball started. The mountain is open now, so if you can't wait to grab your skis or snowboard and hit the slopes, here's what you need to know. The winter season at the San Francisco Peaks is on. Snowball officially opened November 17th. Offering ski and snowboard fans from northern Arizona 7 open trails at the moment.
It was a great first week up here. I mean, we're happy to have all of our skiers and snowboarders back up here at Snowball, and we're excited to get more terrain open and see what the season brings.
Some people are up at Snowball nearly every day, enjoying the open slopes, like Anita Honeyfield. This is already her 7th skiing day this season.
Well, I love Snowball because I love to ski, I love to be outside, and the crowd of people up here just likewise mentality. They love the mountains and just come up here and have fun.
Currently, 3 out of 8 lifts are open because most slopes need the support of snow cannons at the moment. Snowball wants to open the other lifts soon as natural snow comes in.
Our snowmakers are working around the clock. We are forecasted to get up to 6 inches throughout the next week.
Even if you never skied before, there is a place for you at Snowball, as the ski resort offers the largest beginner trail in the Southwest.
It's never too late to try. I started when I was around 17 years old, so there's always room to grow, there's always room to try something new, and Snowball's the perfect place to do it.
Arizona Snowball is open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can claim your tickets online starting at $29 at the moment. After winning the national title with the NAU men's cross-country team, head coach Mike Smith was named National Cross-Country Coach of the Year. He received the title for the 5th time, and it's his 3rd win in a row. He is only the 2nd person who ever achieved this. Smith also was named Mountain Region Men's Coach of the Year. Over Thanksgiving break, NAU basketball tried to polish their records. The women traveled to St. Thomas and the U.S. Virgin Islands, playing in the Paradise Jam tournament. Starting on Thursday against Arkansas, they continued on Friday and Saturday against number 25 Kansas State and Clemson. Lumberjack lost all 3 games and now hold a 3-5 record, 1 month before the Big Sky season starts. The men returned to Flagstaff over the weekend and played against Abilene Christian on Sunday, losing 92-82. Dylan Cohn particularly stood out even though the team lost, scoring 38 points, a new career high for him. The team now has a record of 2-6 so far, unable to win road games. The men's basketball team plays again today, taking on Ottawa Spirit at Rowe. The game started at 6 p.m. and is currently in progress. Basketball season is in full swing at Flagstaff high schools as well. The MPA girls and boys teams take on Camp Verde today. Over at Flag High, the Eagles boys play against Saguaro tonight, followed by the girls basketball team on Friday against Mesquite. That's all I have for
Northern Arizona sports for tonight. Stay with us after the break for your weather recap with Tori Smith.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back, you guys. We have a variety of weather this week. Wednesday, seeing slight clouds in the sky. Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, going to be seeing gusts of wind over 30 miles an hour with a chance of snow on Sunday. Now, with this fall temperatures concluding and winter approaching, we have to say goodbye to one of our star reporters, Lena. Now, Lena, what do you have planned for when you go back home?
So I first do a road trip on the west coast through California to see a bit more of your beautiful country. And then I go back home to Germany beginning of January, so I'll miss Christmas Eve and Christmas. But I'm happy to see my family, visit my friends again, and just chill a little bit after this really, really stressful semester.
Sounds like a good plan, Lena. Well, we certainly will miss you here.
I will miss you too, guys.
That's right, definitely. Well, that's all we have tonight, folks. Here at NAZ Today, we want to extend our deepest condolences to the Kim Allen family and those affected by this tragedy. Make sure to tune in to our Wednesday live show tomorrow, and good night.